Welcome back to the show. Well, virtual reality is really going to happen in terms of developing technology, but it's already making a difference in a range of industries. Big brands like Facebook, Sony, paying attention and investing heavily into their own VR products. In fact, innovators are actually trying to use VR and AR in as many useful ways as possible, from gaming to education and even on down to medicine. What does this actually mean moving forward is the question that we've got to ask, and we've got somebody that's going to give us some answers. Joining us now to share more details, we are pleased to have the editor-in-chief of Laptop Magazine, Sherri L. Smith, joining us. And Sherri, as we talk about this here, we see this moving to a new platform, moving to a new way. Give us where we are today.
We're calling it the metaverse, or Zuckerberg is calling it the metaverse. So I guess we all are calling it the metaverse. It's been around for a while. It's a lot of things it's a lot of things and a lot of nothing at the same time. So it encompasses cryptocurrency. It encompasses virtual reality, augmented reality. It's gaming. It's social networking. It's all the things that we have been doing or are starting to do, brought under one big umbrella.
So you have this under one umbrella, but look at the fact of Metaverse for a minute. A lot of people are now becoming more and more familiar. Some people don't even know what Metaverse is. So if somebody's watching our show, they've heard about Metaverse. Break it down for them in the most simplest terms.
The simplest terms is it's cyberspace. Like that is it's basically cyberspace 2.0. So now we're evolving. Before, when the internet really took off and we were talking about GeoCities and Alta Vista, and we were doing chat rooms, now there are whole ecosystems where you can literally live a virtual life. You have a virtual avatar. We saw it with Second Life. We see it now with things like Facebook. They have their horizons. If you World of Warcraft, if you play MMORPGs like World of Warcraft, where you have this intricate character and you run with the guild and you're questing and you're using in-game, there's literally a economy within this game. You have touched the metaverse.
And so a lot of people are touching into the metaverse, a lot to see and a lot to take a look at. I want to talk for a minute about Oculus, because a lot of people became familiar with that during Christmas time. Some families, understand, hey, we have to take an Oculus break. But talk to us about Oculus. There's some things happening there too.
I'm really excited that Oculus took off the way that it did. From the first prototype that was $1,000, now we're down to an inexpensive, affordable $299. And I was saying it for years. Like, in order for people to really embrace virtual reality, that's what needs to happen. Because no matter how I write about it, no matter how many videos I do about it, until you get it on your face and you actually interact, and you're taking a trip to Asia and you're sitting in your apartment in the Bronx or Brooklyn or wherever you are, you really don't understand it. So the fact that it's so affordable and you don't need to be hooked up to a high-powered PC has gotten the Oculus to where it needs to be, in mainstream hands. And I think it's an amazing thing. People are using it for a myriad of things: to socialize, to watch movies with friends, to exercise, or just a game. And there are apps like AltSpace VR where you can go, you sit in there with your virtual avatar and watch a legitimate stand-up comedian perform. You can watch a concert. You can you can do all these. I've had experiences where I've been theoretically courtside at an NBA playoff game. I can't afford those tickets, nor will I probably ever be able to afford those tickets. But I'm magically, because I'm wearing this headset, I am courtside. I've got the best view. It's being caught in 4K, as the kids would say.
I'm gonna interrupt and say you got to put me on that. I got to learn how to do that. You got to put me on.
Absolutely. Like they're like an Oculus as it was purchased by Facebook, it has one of the biggest and most stable libraries, and it's constantly adding new content, and it has the power of Facebook behind it. So not only is it a place for entertainment, it's a place for social networking. And people laughed about, I'm going to say about 4 years ago, when 2 3 years ago, when Mark Zuckerberg was like, hey, everyone's going to have an Oculus. There's going to be an Oculus in every house, and everyone's like, and now look where we are. They've hit the price point that they needed to hit. They've made it extremely accessible tech wise, and now there's this explosion of people with Oculus now.
Mm. As we're looking right now, I mean, every time we turn around, I think we talk about this. iPhone, there's the rumor about the 14 that's coming right around the corner. Any truth to the fact that we can see a 14 probably next year?
I mean, we're always like Apple without a yearly Apple release, is has the year really occurred? So yes, there will absolutely be an iPhone 14. We just don't know when. Typically, like Apple is s- they're pretty consistent. So typically that announcement comes around September, October time, and with the phone dropping around that late October, early November, so you can get it just in time for the holiday rush. So I don't think that Apple is going to deviate from that. I think we're going to start getting hints about phone specs, or like stronger, more believable rumors towards WWDC, which is Apple's annual conference, and that typically takes place in June. So that's when we're going to be hearing about the new iOS or any updates that they're going to be making. We might hear about other hardware, such as the AirPods Pro 3 that we're waiting for. Like all these things that we're like, that's typically when we start to hear little inklings of what may be. Something that we've been waiting for years now is Apple VR. We're
Mhm.
hearing more rumors about that. There are obviously patents in the work, so maybe this might be the year that we see an actual product. I'm not. I personally think that Apple is about 2 years out with it, but I might be wrong. Or they might go and throw a curveball and really double down on AR, because for a while it looked like Apple was going to go for the augmented reality, which is basically the easiest example that I can give is Pokemon Go. So when you switch to AR mode, now your little Pokemon is actually in your house or wherever you are. You're throwing your little Pokeballs. But Apple is finding a way to, it was working on a way to do more with that than gaming, because augmented reality is a really cool technology where you don't necessarily need a headset, and it just overlays this virtual uh interface in the real world. So
Mm.
it's a really fun and really uh it can be really useful if put with the right applications and put with the right hardware to make it accessible.
A lot to take a look at when it comes to Apple, always keeping us on our toes in terms of looking out for something. I mean, that's just how Apple does it. But I want to be able to, before we wrap up, talk a little bit about yourself, because I know that you're working with a non-for-profit organization. You've got a very special event that's happening around the corner.
I am a member of the New York Video Games Critics Circle. It is a nonprofit organization that is made up of over 50 New York-based journalists. We work to teach kids in the Bronx specifically, but we are branching out to Manhattan and hopefully Brooklyn soon. Fingers crossed. Where we teach kids about video game journalism, and we also give internships. We also give scholarships. But our big event that is coming up February 4th is going to be the New York Video Game Critics Awards, where we talk about the game, where we give out awards for the biggest games of 2021. It will be virtual on Twitch. So tune in at 7 o'clock and enjoy the show.
Uh, got a little bit of time left. Got a couple of days before we hit that day, and congratulations to you. Real quickly, we got a couple of seconds left. What should we be looking out for in this kind of like first quarter of 2022? I know a lot of people. I got to hit you up because look, people ask me. I'm asking you.
So much. So CES wrapped up, and we've got like there are so many laptops coming. Intel just announced new chips, as did AMD, as did Nvidia. So I just reviewed the first gaming laptops, the Alienware X17R2 and the MSI GE76 Raider. Please check them out on Laptop Mag. These are the first gaming laptops that have Intel's new 12th gen Outer Lake chips, very powerful, and they also have NVIDIA's new RTX 3080 Ti GPUs. So they're massively expensive. I'm literally sitting between $9,000 worth of laptop right now, but they are ultra powerful and they are setting the stage for what we can expect laptop wise for the rest of 2022. So I'm very excited about that. And I haven't even gotten my hand on the AMD systems yet, but this is really going to be a great year for laptops, whether you're a content creator, whether you're a gamer, whether you're a mobile professional, or whether you just want to watch, you just want to stream some Netflix. It's going to be a great year for laptops.
So a lot to look forward to, and certainly I know that you've got your hands full doing some reviewing and letting people know exactly what's going on. So thank you for giving us a little bit of the inside scoop and the work that continues to do. It looks like it's going to be an exciting 2022. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Like there's so much on the horizon. PSVR, stay tuned for that. PSVR 2, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. There's rumors of another Oculus. There's a lot going on. So I will have a lot to tell you this year.
Yeah, we might be in the midst of COVID, but there are a lot of things happening in the world of video and technology, and we want you to stay connected. Thank you, Sherri, so much for being with us, and glad to have you here once again.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
But listen, she's not giving us everything here. You got to find out more about her. And how do you do that? Well, you can find out for more information. Visit the website, laptopmag.com. There, she and others go more in depth, and then also follow her on social media at Laptop Mag.